Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife, Marie. And you are going in Smackdown Live.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it just to make sure you're always getting your new Going In Raw notifications. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. It's a great way to support Going In Raw. We got a couple new patrons here at the $1 and up mark a month. You get a shout out, but we've got a bunch of reward tiers there for you to check out. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a bunch of them from yesterday. Let's see here. Ron Sanders, Arturo Cruz. Oh, man, how do you say this name? Gregors Zerzak? How do you say that name? I don't even know how to say that name. Anyways, Drew Everyday, Austin Saville, Bailey Cohen, Daniel Miller, Jonathan Vieira, Ralph Riker, and Graydon Hendershot. Welcome.
Welcome, and thank you.
To the Patreon Club.
I feel like Graydon Hendershot, he's a returning patron.
Oh, you remember that name?
That's the name I remember.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I don't remember that name.
I don't know if he was a patron, but I remember he's been involved in the community before.
Well,
I remember that name.
There you have it. Maybe he's wanted to, and until now hasn't. In any event, welcome.
Welcome.
We really appreciate the support. So, SmackDown Live last night, in the books. Becky Lynch slapped the taste out of Triple H's mouth.
Yeah.
What'd you think of last night's show, man?
It's another weird show. It's a lot of talking. It's a lot more talky than usual.
Was there?
Yeah, there's a lot of promos.
I'm going to look at the notes
There
here.
was a lot of promos. And I still feel like, save for this Becky storyline, there's no looking ahead to Mania whatsoever on SmackDown. Whereas on Raw, at least there's the Universal title scene. I feel like Raw as a whole is kind of looking ahead to Mania, whereas SmackDown, like Elimination Chamber, all the matches on Elimination Chamber, not all, except for the Cruiserweight title match. Every match so far announced on Elimination Chamber has at least some participants from SmackDown on it. There's a WWE title match, all SmackDown. There's a SmackDown Tag Team title match, all SmackDown. And, of course, the Women's Tag Title Elimination Chamber match, half the teams are from SmackDown. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like SmackDown is focusing exclusively on Elimination Chamber, whereas Raw is looking ahead to Mania.
Yeah. Maybe that's by design.
It could be. It just makes, I don't know, it dampers my enthusiasm a bit for SmackDown because I feel like they're focusing entirely on Elimination Chamber, which, apart from the Women's Tag Title match, just seems like an obligation to do something story-wise. I really wish the Elimination Chamber match, the men's Elimination Chamber match, was number one contender for the WWE title.
Yeah.
Because then there feel like there could be some unpredictability, and there feel like there's real stakes. I know the title's on the line, Elimination Chamber match, but there's zero way. All right, 2% botch is the only way I feel like Daniel Bryan loses that title in that cage.
Well, they just made the title 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So there's
no tension. I feel like there's no drama. There's no drama involved with that match. Really.
I feel you. I think SmackDown has just been so entertaining for me that I kind of don't care, but I see what you're saying. I agree with you, although I am very much looking forward to the women's tag team title match.
I'm looking forward to that too. I think it's going to be great.
That should be a lot of fun.
And like the matches should all be fantastic. I just don't feel like there's a whole lot of, and it's a common thing, the pay-per-views between Rumble and Mania, where they just feel like obligations. Like, well, we got to have a pay-per-view this month because we have a pay-per-view every month. So let's develop some storylines that kind of just either keep the wheel spinning or kind of stopgap storylines before we get to the real storylines we really want to tell at Mania.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not looking into it that deeply because I think that it would probably kill some of my entertainment. I roll with what they give me, and I was pretty entertained last night. Although, yeah, not to the extent that I usually am. Here's the thing: there was no killer match last night.
No,
and usually there's a killer match.
There was
although Randy Orton versus Mustafa.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah. I thought the tag match between Good Brothers and Nakamura and Rusev was good, especially in terms of the stories they were telling in the ring there.
That one actually infuriated me because I was sitting there watching it, and then like they had their entrances. and then literally 3 minutes of commercials. Like they had maybe 2 minutes of action and then 3 complete full minutes of commercial. And then the match was over like 3 minutes after that. I was so irritated with that crap. I'm like, dude, how many? Because I'm sitting there and I'm in my office at home and I'm doing some stuff. I was like filling some Patreon stuff or whatever. And I'm sort of, dicking around waiting for the commercial to be over. And I know it's in picture, but I hate watching matches like that.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm just sort of doing whatever. And then it's one of those things where you sort of think about it for a moment and you're like, wait a second, how long have I been sitting here? It's just this endless commercial break.
Yeah, that's how I feel about every time they do that. But I think it's been a situation where they've conditioned me to just accept that.
Yeah.
So, when they started doing that, they do it during title matches, and I was like, what the hell are you doing rolling that during a title match? Don't do picture-in-picture versus... Used to be like cool with it.
At a certain... I was cool with it, but here's the thing. This is the first match on the card.
Yeah.
And I think like it's the first wrestling we're seeing on the card, and then it just goes to commercial forever. And at that point, I'm like, okay, dude, that's enough. That's enough.
Generally, unless they start the show with a match, that's how it always is. They might have a little more match before the first commercial break, but
I know they do because I wouldn't
break is always interrupted by.
It's always interrupted, but
picture.
Man, 3 full minutes during a match that I want to see because I want to see what Carl Anderson's going to do with Shinsuke Nakamura.
It's good stuff too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I don't know. Like there's still in my mind there's still 2 pay-per-views between, here and Mania, so I don't really I kind of care about Mania. I don't know. They're in a tough spot. Like how do you write for both things, because Mania is important, but they also got 2 pay-per-views that are important. So I think they're trying to have it both ways.
No, the 2 pay-per-views aren't that. The Elimination Chamber is important because of the women's tag titles. Otherwise, it's not really that important.
Well, they're by virtue of the fact that they're pay-per-views, they have to do something with. That's my point.
There's tiers of importance for pay-per-views.
I get that. I know. I understand that. I'm just saying.
In the grand scheme of
they are there. They have to do something for them.
I'd say Elimination Chamber. Say there's 3 tiers for pay-per-views. Of course, top tier being
Mania, Rumble,
the big 4 or 5.
It's like Mania, Rumble, and Money in the Bank now.
SummerSlam.
Oh, I'm sorry, in SummerSlam.
Yeah, those 4.
And the next tier is exclusively held by Survivor Series.
No, a Survivor Series. It's like the gimmick ones: Survivor Series, Hell in a Cell, maybe Elimination Chamber, because they're gimmick ones.
I don't know about.
And then everything
that.
else is bottom tier.
I think Survivor Series exists because big things happen at Survivor Series.
Sometimes
nothing happens at those gimmick ones.
Hell in a Cell. There's Hell in a Cell matches. Sometimes things happen there.
Hell in a Cell matches.
I think they're a separate tier strictly because of the gimmick.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything else exists in a lower third tier where they're glorified episodes of Raw, SmackDown, Super shows.
Let me ask you this: so, by virtue of the fact that Becky won the Royal Rumble, she is kind of above brand right now.
Yeah,
like she kind of should just be on Raw, really.
Yeah,
because she's facing Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, but they need to keep her on SmackDown because people might tune into SmackDown in greater numbers if she's there.
I wonder. That's probably instead of having a proper dropping of the brand split. Wouldn't surprise me if that's how they handled the whole Fox USA. If it's actually a conundrum, if it's actually something that's real, and the rumors that they want to end the brand split are a thing because of the Fox/USA deals. I was thinking, I was like, I wonder, that we've seen it before with Cena a little bit, but I wonder if they would just sort of launch these storylines that would almost necessitate, granted, nothing really necessitates Becky being on SmackDown, but they found a way to do it because of Triple H, and then, of course, Charlotte calling her out.
Well, I think the fact that Becky is going to have at least one more match with Charlotte between now and Mania necessitates her being on SmackDown somewhat.
Well, storyline, there was no reason for her to be there last night. There was no reason for her to be last night. Why would she show up on SmackDown last night? She just showed up.
Because that's what her storyline is going to be. She's suspended, so she's going to start showing up to stick it to whoever.
Right. So I kind of wonder if that's like the sort of the problem. It's like, okay, well, Fox wants the big names. Let's just get the big names involved in sort of above brand storylines.
Entirely possible.
Everybody might be happy. I could see that being the case. I hope that's kind of the case because I like it. I like that Becky shows up on Raw and then SmackDown.
It makes it unpredictable.
Yeah.
Unless they announce that Stephanie's inviting Becky Lynch to Raw, then it's completely predictable. Show kicked off with Charlotte coming down the ring, and she was making her case to take Becky's spot against Ronda at Mania, saying, "Hey, I'm here. I'm totally healthy."
She has bum knee, and I don't have bum knee.
I'm totally healthy. I have all my limbs are functioning as they should be, and I should be the one taking on Ronda at Mania.
Why is she Baron Corbin now? I'm here. I'm doing it. So she's talking crap. Then Becky starts limping down
Through the crowd.
And then Charlotte's like, "What? You're even stealing Roman Reigns' entrance?" Charlotte was just doing everything to sort of be annoying last night.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it was very satisfying when Triple H said, "This doesn't concern you. Go away."
Yeah. So she even says, "Oh, Becky, need me to help you over the barricade?"
Yeah.
And then Becky just climbs over it because her knee's actually fine.
So Becky started talking crap to Charlotte. Charlotte was talking crap to her.
They argue.
Adam Pearce and company come out, and then Triple H comes down, and
He
then
tells Becky to go home. Charlotte's like talking behind him, and he goes, "All right, this doesn't concern you. Get out of here."
This isn't you. I
Get outta
find
here.
it fun. So then he's like, "You need to go home. The doctor, go see a doctor, or else you're gonna be suspended. You're not gonna go to WrestleMania." And then he starts to leave, and Becky says, "How's Steph?"
Is she clear to compete?
Yeah.
After I decked her,
Becky's great, man.
and then her smirk.
She's so good. I think at that point I started looking up on WWE Shop some
Oh,
Becky Lynch shirts.
did you get that shirt?
No, man, it's $30. If I don't know for a fact that I can
Was
wear
the
that.
sale going on yesterday? Because there's a sale today.
Oh, nice.
Which one were you going to get?
The one that was $27.99.
Oh, I think that's the sale price.
That's the sale price.
I think because
Are they marked up to like $32 now?
Maybe because there's a sale now. They mark it up and then they put it on sale.
I didn't get any
I
of
don't
them,
know.
so I don't know.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
I'll wait till it's well, I just want. Look, I don't even mind if I know I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah,
But holy moly, if it's like that super,
you know you can return them. You could try it on if it is not. It doesn't cool.
That's a hassle. That's a hassle.
No, they actually make it quite
I'm
easy.
sure
There's
I
a
can
label
simply-
inside the package that you put on a new bag and then you just put it in the mail.
I would just rather do some research and find out if it's a shirt style, if it's a
But
shirt
here's the thing:
quality that I want.
There's several things with you in your shirt. It's not just the quality of the fabric; it's the fit, and you can't find out the fit until you put it on your back yourself.
Well, yeah, but first things first.
I understand that.
Like it's no deal at all. It's a deal breaker.
I understand if it's the cheap.
Yeah. So at
cardboard
that point,
cotton.
I can roll the dice and say, okay.
Well, based on the thing you sent me last night, it's not the cheap cotton.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's why I rolled it by you, because I was like, hey, dude, what do you think?
I think they say it's like 100% cotton something.
Bumped steel.
No,
That's what it feels like.
Well, that bumped steel probably be more comfortable one that they actually make most of their shirts out of.
Probably.
So Triple H turns back towards Becky
And then he goes on this 10-minute tirade
about
which
how she's afraid.
Triple H is prone to do.
Yeah, no, it said
I see it in your eyes now. I get it. I get it. You're afraid. Just like before Survivor Series. You threw caution to the wind and came down the next night on Raw and got yourself laid out. And you were probably happy. I can see it in your I find it funny that you don't want to be at the Pan WrestleMania show of shows, King of Kings. It's in your eyes.
That's what he said.
He was going on
verbatim.
He said that Becky was looking for a way out of her match at Mania because she's afraid. Well, he said it's
Truth exposed.
She's afraid that she would. She's afraid that she won't get cleared, but then she's also afraid she would get cleared, and then she's also afraid the doctor would find out that she's not really hurt. These are all things Triple H said. Said afraid that she won't get cleared, therefore won't be able to fight at Mania. She's afraid she will get cleared because Becky wants a way out because she really doesn't want to take on Ronda Rousey because she's afraid ultimately she'll get exposed as not as tough as what she is.
Where was this Sherlock Holmes-esque analysis during the Who Killed Aleister Black summertime affair in NXT, Larson? He should have been heading up that investigation.
I mean, because he really covered all his bases in this promo.
He really did. Talk about finding the motivation.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know. But he says in the end that Becky's afraid that Ronda will expose her as the fraud that she is.
And she said, hey, fire, and then slapped him.
And then she slapped him, yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a stare down. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, that was a cool stare down, man. I'm telling you. Maybe that's going to be Mania 36. Triple H versus Becky Lynch.
I'm going to expose you as a fraud.
And then he's going to tap to the disarmor.
Yeah, after she doles out a pedigree.
And, well, she's got a kick out of a pedigree, too.
I really just wish that she, low-blowed him last night. I just wanted a swift kick to the balls. Yeah! And then she crotch chops. That'd have been good. Suck it.
That'd have been good. First match that we saw on behalf of.
The Good Brothers.
Good Brothers. Gallows and Anderson taking on Nakamura and Rusev. Nakamura especially did a really good job of acting like he did not want to be Rusev's partner, but at the same time wanted to win.
Yeah.
Because the whole time Nakamura's on the corner just doing this.
Yeah. And then at one point Rusev tags himself in, and then Carl and they sort of have a moment like, Well, why? Well, come on, I was doing stuff, and then Carl Anderson goes for a roll up, and Nakamura, just as lazy as possible, kicks him off. That was funny.
It was good.
At one point, Lana was trying to help Shinsuke up.
Yeah,
and
Nakamura is laid out outside the ring.
She started to point her shoe at him in a threatening manner, saying, "Get up there and fight."
But also, she was trying to help him up.
Yeah.
And it managed to work because the Good Brothers were attempting a magic killer. Nakamura gets in the ring, breaks it up. And the Rusev pins, of course, Carl Anderson. After a monster kick. Carl Anderson was busting out some new stuff. I didn't see him do that senton type thing to the outside before.
Yeah, man. What people have said for years.
He is a very accomplished wrestler.
Just go watch, what was it, the G120?
Oh, and he made it to the finals?
Yeah, against Okada.
Yep.
Oh, man. Go watch that.
Yeah.
That finishing sequence. I just saw that kind of recently.
Oh, yeah.
That crowd was just shitting themselves over there.
Where they were
great.
just counting each other's finishers the whole time.
Holy crap.
That was cool.
Man, where is it come? Come on, man. Are you kidding me with this? It's Gallows and Anderson.
I know. Did you see that Fightful's thing about the Wrestle Votes we talked about on Overrun yesterday about someone from WWE that would be interested in or had heard something from AEW? Well, Fightful is saying that they can confirm who Wrestle Votes was talking about, but apparently they had heard that Randy Orton is like openly talked backstage about All Elite.
Are you serious? Oh my, that is least likely.
I know.
That's insane.
You would think he'd be WWE for life.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, who has a better situation than he does?
No kidding. That's insane.
It's pretty crazy, huh?
Wow.
Let me see if I can find
Randy Orton AEW.
Yeah, it's a video.
Oh.
I just read about it on Twitter.
Video.
Yeah, I'm going to watch a video either. Yeah, it's a video. But like, apparently he's got like another year plus or about a year on his contract.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he gets paid tons of money. He has all his travel expenses covered. He's got a bus. He's got it set. He works a limited schedule.
What possible motivation? He has not. I have always gotten the impression that he's sort of I don't know. He thinks the indies are below him. Anything non-WWE is below him.
Well, maybe he feels like he's accomplished pretty much everything he can, which is true in WWE. He just wants a different challenge.
Unless maybe they're offering him a Brock level deal just to do appearances here and there and make double what he's making in WWE.
Well, the only thing I can think of, spend more time with his family.
That's insane. He already spends a lot of time with that family. Man, oh man.
But I guess also Fightful was clear, I guess, saying whoever their source was that AEW was not going to risk tampering with any contracted talent. 2020,
good.
2020.
Maybe he's just trolling people backstage.
Oh, that could be. And it's just the possibility. He probably just says, because I'm sure he talks to Chris Jericho or Cody or something like that. It means he and Cody.
It's probably like if they're offering that much money,
together.
I'll listen to them.
Yeah, exactly.
He says it like right next to Vince's office, and so like Vince.
No, he's waiting in Gorilla for his match.
Yeah.
You guys heard what they're paying wrestlers over there in AEW?
Hey, Vince.
He looks at Vince.
He's oiling himself up.
Have you heard?
Hey, Vince. You heard of this thing called the Brinks truck? You can back that up anytime. I don't know why I'm doing it. You started doing this, so I started.
Please rub an oil on himself.
Yeah, the oil. Yeah,
exactly. The oil, baby oil.
Next up, we had a really cool Mustafa Ali promo where he's sort of occupying Uso territory. Like maybe he's, I don't know, in the next room over.
Yeah.
Wherever the bowels are.
Well, he didn't have the fog machine, but it was dramatically lit at least.
Yeah, I like to think that's it. Man, these SmackDown promos are always really good. They're never like just sort of boring. They're always like interestingly done.
Yeah, they tried to stylize them somewhat.
Like even the who was it? The Iconics one. They had like some nice looking film footage.
Yeah,
of theirs. It was like 35 millimeter. Maybe it was IMAX. I don't know.
Could be.
That was good stuff.
Could be.
In any event, Mustafa Ali, he was saying, Elimination Chamber's coming up. I'm gonna be in that match. Maybe I have a chance. Maybe I'll be the guy. Maybe it'll be me. Maybe I'll be WWE champion. And then the camera panned over for way too long to look at his cool glowy mask thing.
Yeah, that should have cut right away. And then went right to the Usos.
Yeah.
Who were doing a promo talking about how Shane and Miz are their opponents in the Elimination Chamber.
It was announced right before this. I think maybe in between these. I don't know. That next week, McMiz TV is Shane McMahon and Miz.
Yeah.
They're co-hosting
Yeah.
the sort of the next generation of Miz
What's
TV.
a better take on the name, that or Ms. Man?
Ms. Man. Yeah, I kind of like that better.
Yeah, me too.
Ms. Man and TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the Usos saying, "Oh, you're the best team. You haven't done this." Yeah, you know, they were essentially questioning the foundation of Shane and Miz's partnership.
Well, yeah.
You know, because they're brothers.
They're brothers.
Twins.
Yes.
Can't question the foundation of their partnership.
Super Smash Brothers.
Next, Randall Orton taking on Mustafa Ali. Randy Orton had a pretty sleepy picture-in-picture promo. He's saying, "I don't even know who I'm facing tonight. I don't know his name. I don't care about names of anybody I'm facing in Elimination Chamber or faces. All I care about is the pain that I'm going to give to each of them."
I'll be honest, I missed this, but I hope it was verbatim what
Not
you just
quite
said.
verbatim, but pretty close, word for word.
I think it's
No, he didn't yawn at least, but he just did this.
just by now. I'm riding out my contract until AEW.
I got one more year here
Can't wait to fight Joey Janela.
in a hardcore match.
I heard about this guy, Jungle Boy. I'm a big night.
Oh, Jimmy Havoc.
No,
AEW
Yeah, I know.
confirmed.
I saw that. Whoa.
I'm going to take
About
on
time.
Jimmy Havoc in a CZW style death match at All In 3.
Match. Oh man, that's good.
This is a good match, though. Mustafa
this
Ali's
is
great.
Yeah, he's super good. I love that bit where he was gonna he didn't fall for the first RKO.
Oh, yeah. He was going to go for his tornado DDT. Orton was expecting
He
it.
was like, ooh.
Mustafa Ali twisted his body the other way. Went to the other side of Orton's body for the tornado DDT. That was cool.
But then in the end, I love this. In the end, Mustafa Ali got tricked by Randy Orton. Randy Orton Mustafa Ali was up. He was trying to get to the top rope, do some cool stuff.
Oh, it was 054.
Yeah, that's right. Orton pops up and he like whips his leg out and sends him flying up in the air for a pop up and then drop the RKO on him. Very inventive spot.
Yeah.
That was good.
I kind of feel like that Mustafa Ali, even though he was going to lose this match, like, oh, I could help come up with a really cool RKO
Oh my God,
spot.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. He probably came
So
up
it's
with
like,
this
I
in
don't
the
care if I
car.
win or lose this. I want to come up with a really cool RKO spot.
He probably went up to Randy Orton.
Said, hey, do you want to do this? No, that's what Seth said. Their spot at Mania.
Oh, right,
The same
yeah.
thing. He's like, hey, you want to do this? And Orton's like, I don't know if we can do that. I don't think they even practiced it.
Yeah,
That's what the impression I got from Seth.
yeah.
Not like I talked to him in person.
I thought he said that. Didn't he say that they practiced it and it didn't work?
Maybe that's what it was.
And then they just did it.
And they just did it.
Oh man! In front of what was it?
70,000 people.
70,000 people. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, Mustafa Ali, and then of course Samoa Joe hits the ring.
Oh, man,
And he
he's
just
great.
chokes the crap out of Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Put him in the coquina clutch.
Yeah. Joe
so,
makes everything better.
Yeah, he really does.
Joe's walking up the ramp. Daniel Bryan comes out to the top of the stage. Joe, he just likes to fight. He approaches, and Eric Rowan beats up with Bryan, kind of cuts off Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe just goes backstage.
I like there was a little bit of John there. He was like, "Oh, that's your guy. This is how it's gonna be." And Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan's like, "Yeah, pretty much."
And then Samoa Joe had a promo where he gave us some physics lessons.
Yeah, he said the physics in my universe, which is fat. We're talking about Rawgate. We're in Rawgate
Joe
territory
universe.
here.
Yeah.
We're in Rawgate, Joegate universe, where he's like, the physics in my universe are different than normal physics in human universe.
Yeah.
because every event has an opposite and not equal reaction, but overwhelming reaction.
Yeah.
He's the king of the disproportionate response.
Yes.
Is what he's saying.
Yes, pretty much.
And so he said, you
That
do
if
a
you
little
wrong
to me,
Joe in the slightest, he will
I'm gonna do
come
a lot
after you.
back
Yes.
to you.
Yes.
That's a very satisfying philosophy for life. I don't actually think he's like that.
No, he seemed
Because
like a really good dude.
during that travel vlog.
Oh,
he was
man.
very, very understanding.
He fosters animals.
Yeah, I know. That's
He just
amazing.
seems like a really good dude.
But when there was construction going down on his balcony, he could have gone out there. Overwhelming response would be start powerbombing people off his balcony. But no, he just sort of whined a little bit to the camera.
Yeah.
And then went about his day.
Yeah, I kind of felt like he was like, yeah, this is what happened. I'm going to take it up with the people at the front desk.
It's not really an overwhelming
No,
response.
that's a completely rational response.
Unless he lied to them about what happened. Like, yeah, they were all standing there watching me get dressed, while they were doing their construction work. They were leering at me, front desk manager.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't show that.
But I don't think he did that.
He didn't show that in his travel vlog, so.
Daniel Bryan then came out with Rowan, or he was already out, and he dropped a promo Where
This is really long.
This is really long, but it was really entertaining.
It was good because he was getting the face heat from his home state crowd.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He was saying he's putting over Washington for being enlightened individuals. Pretty much, he said, unlike anybody anyplace else in the country.
Yeah.
That's a good way of handling a situation where you're gonna get the face heat. Is you just got to pivot and then start talking trash about everybody else.
And then what really worked is when he handed the mic over to Rowan.
Oh, he had his own mic.
He got to. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. He got to talk, and yeah, it's like it's as if we've never heard him talk before because I don't think we have.
At least not to any. Well, I think
in
the other time we
the
heard
Bludgeon Brothers thing, he talked a little bit,
but it was all like this. This sounded like a shoe
Right.
voice.
This sounded like his actual voice.
He's got actually a pretty distinctive voice.
He does, yeah. It's like he's. I don't remember a time when he's actually talked in front of a live crowd. I'm sure he has. It just obviously hasn't been often enough for me to remember it.
But then they started wetting him.
Yeah, and then Daniel Bryan got mad at them, and he kept on calling him his intellectual peer.
Yeah.
I love this Daniel Bryan. I think he's great.
Oh, he's fantastic.
After that, we had a Jeff Hardy interview where he was talking about fighting Daniel Bryan and how he is staining the legacy of the WWE title. And Jeff Hardy, she said, who was it, Kayla?
Yeah.
Kayla said, well, are you going to do something about that? Are you going to talk to him? And he said, no, guys like that can't be talked to. I can't tell him to shut up. I have to go out there and get him to shut up.
Yeah, and then AJ Styles came in.
Oh, really, Jeff Hardy? What are you talking about? What? You can't do that. You're not going to do it in your current state. We've seen you recently. And Jeff Hardy's like, oh, yeah, what? Like you keep on losing to him too, man.
Yeah. You can't get the job done.
Right. I want to be in one of those backstage interview segments.
It'd be fun.
Just start stumbling over my words.
Yeah. Next, Naomi and Carmella, this newly formed tag team, taking on the Iconics and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Naomi and Carmella had a brief promo, picture-in-picture, before the match began.
Talking about their opportunity to be a tag team at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And how they are all on board. I think it's a great team, man.
I think so, too.
Really
Lana was on Twitter, and she wasn't happy about it.
Well,
her and Naomi had like a burgeoning friendship or something.
She's kind of a crap wrestler, and Naomi's actually a pretty good wrestler, and Carmella's become pretty good, so that's okay.
And now Lana and Rusev are heels again anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, none of it matters.
Sonya and Mandy Rose had a bit of an interview backstage in Gorilla before their entrance. They're both really good on the mic.
They are both very comfortable. It's pretty awesome. I was kind of bummed out, though, that they don't have some sort of... I know they're really up on the Mandy Rose entrance music. There's not some sort of amalgam.
Agreed, because we need those strobe lights, all this stuff
Even
going
like
on.
when they put on the filter for Mandy Rose's entrance, Sonya Deville, she's standing a foot next to her and she's out of focus because they do everything all out
vignette,
of yeah. So she needs. I'm not going to advocate for this show. I'm saying some sort of
a middle ground.
A middle ground.
Agreed.
Like have Mandy Roses and then kick in with Sonya.
What do you think of their
Deville's.
new name, Fire and Desire?
I hate it. Absolution was the perfect name.
It is a good name.
I mean, give me a break. Who cares if it doesn't really thematically work for them without Paige now?
No, it's still a good name.
It's a really good name.
Sonya Deville has some awesome ring gear too.
Somebody's calling me from Pacifica, California. Don't know who you are, friend. Who? What now?
Sonya Deville has some awesome ring gear.
Yeah, she always looks great. Yeah. So, anyways, Mandy got the pin on Naomi
After her finisher, same finisher as Tommaso Ciampa's.
Yeah, it's the good stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Elimination Chamber just to see what they're going to do with these tag titles.
You got to assume
There's
Sasha.
no clear winner here.
You got to assume Sasha and Bayley are the front runners at this point.
Same way that Mustache Mountain was, though. That's how I feel. I feel like they always put these faces up front to be the presumptive winners, and then they don't follow through on. It's not they don't follow through on it. They just give somebody the titles to
and
chase.
have the baby faces chase. Yeah.
And so Mustache Mountain wouldn't surprise me if they won those tag titles at like the next takeover or something. Same way Tony Storm.
Well, here's the thing. That's what I'm thinking. It could be that, or it could be a situation where they have some sort of dream matchup set for Mania for Sasha and Bayley. Say Trish and Lita decide.
Okay, sure, yeah.
And so they put the belts on Sasha and Bayley immediately to build to that match.
Yeah.
That's the other.
That wouldn't surprise. No, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they
potentially.
did put the titles on them. Because here's the thing. Also, Sasha and Bayley, by virtue of Charlotte being on SmackDown and Becky I mean, I know Becky's supposed to be on Raw, but she also shows up on SmackDown. Like they're the team most likely to be sort of cross brand.
Mm-hmm.
Because who else from Raw is in this match?
Riot Squad.
No.
And then
Natalia. Wait, no.
Oh no, Nia and Tamina.
Yeah, I don't really see that either. I mean, it's either going to be Sasha Bailey, the Iconic.
No, it's either be Sasha and Bailey or Absolution.
Yeah,
They're the two front runners in my mind.
but the Iconics.
When's the last time they won a match? I like them. I like them a lot, but they're not really booked as a powerful team.
After that promo last night, I don't know, man. You're right, they're not, but they're also kind of
Although
a sneaky team.
they could want to put them on Naomi and Carmella.
I don't see that. That's my least likely because they're like sort of the.
I kind of feel like Riot Squad's least likely.
Oh no, I don't know. Like they just threw together Naomi and Carmella. Man.
Yeah, no.
They have zero history whatsoever. Zero. The Riot Squad. I'll be honest with you, the Riot Squad to me kind of come off like the Zach Gibson and the.
I would agree with you if Ruby Riott was one of the members of the team in Elimination Chamber, but she's not.
Now we know.
No, they did the advertisement last night, and it was Liv Morgan and Sarah
We know
Logan,
that for a fact now.
and they were the ones that qualified.
And Ruby was talking about going after the. Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably gonna go to Sasha and Bailey or Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or the Iconics. I could see the Iconics too. I don't know.
I don't know either. Next, we had Andrade Almas and Zelina Vega promo.
One eye, like both eyes were really. He looked sleepy.
Yeah, he did look
One eye was like shut
And
more
he also
than the
had his
other.
head
His
kind
head
of
was back like
cocked
this.
up like that a little bit.
Yeah. He's good though. I like.
Oh,
him.
he's great. They're still going after Rey Mysterio. Hopefully they'll get a
Oh, I
singles
like
match.
this.
Yeah,
I like
was
this
good.
because this injected a little bit of story.
Mm-hmm.
They started talking exactly what everybody kind of figured this would be. You know, the legend of Rey Mysterio, and because I think he started off saying something like, "When I was a kid, Rey Mysterio was a legend."
Effectively, he's looking to replace Rey.
Yeah, and then Zelina Vega went into it. Yeah, exactly that. Man, I thought that was really good. This might, dude, I don't know, man. If this keeps going, which obviously it is, I mean, this is my front runner for feud of the year right now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's hard to argue that point.
Holy moly, these just matches are so good, and now they're putting some story into it. Get another 3 or so matches out of it. God, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
After that, we had a cool little Asuka video package to remind everybody that she is still.
Yeah, it
SmackDown
was
Women's
cool. Been a
Champion.
lot cooler for her to actually be on the show.
That'd have been cool too. Yeah,
Here
right,
we're
there was a
about-
lot of talking this episode.
We're about a week and a half out from Elimination Chamber. She didn't even have a match yet.
Yep.
It's the 17th, so yeah, 11
Telling
days.
you, man. Mania kickoff show. That's where she's gonna land.
Shouldn't though. She definitely shouldn't be on the Mania kickoff show.
Jeff Hardy versus Daniel Bryan was our main event. Non-title match, of course.
Main event.
This was fun. Every time I see a Daniel Bryan match, I just think to myself, man, now we get Daniel Bryan versus Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, man.
Whereas a year ago,
We wouldn't have gotten that.
we wouldn't have gotten that. He tweeted something about being there.
Yeah. He said because 3 years ago, almost to the day, it was February 8th,
Okay.
2016, he was forced to retire in
Yeah.
Seattle, and then almost 3 years the day later, he's WWE champion.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, man. I really hope they don't go down the route of making Daniel Bryan a cowardly heel now, though. Like he's got to start winning matches on his own. It's okay for him to have Rowan as his muscle to a degree,
Yeah.
but he can't be on the verge of defeat every time, only for Rowan to save him. It makes him look weak.
Yeah. I don't want him to. I don't want it to turn into a Seth situation.
Exactly.
I don't want it to go that route. But I mean, he's a bad guy. You know, he's got to.
I understand cutting corners.
He's got to be able to get some of that a little bit. I mean, the fact is, you can always go back to the fact that he put in a gutsier performance against Brock Lesnar than like anybody has.
Yeah.
And granted, I know he lost that match, but with Brock Lesnar, it's not the win or loss.
It's the fight.
It's the fight.
How well
Exactly.
you can fight. Yeah.
So I think he has a little ways before we get to that point. But I agree. That would kill Jeff Hardy if Daniel Bryan just went over clean here.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't advocate for that in this sense. In this scenario, it made sense
Now,
because
if
they
he
want the
fights-
show to end in a huge brawl. But if
he fights like Ty Dillinger and needs his help, then yeah, that's going to be an issue.
yeah,
I
or
agree
you
with
know,
that.
like every one of his pay-per-view matches ends with interference from Rowan, only to have him win. It's the Seth Rollins scenario, yeah, where he's putting forth a pretty solid performance, and then in the end just needs help to win or at least not lose.
Yeah, I'd be anti.
It just
that.
gets tiresome.
Yeah, I agree.
And it seems like if you're not a monster heel, this is the only way they can book a heel in WWE. Mm-hmm. It's either you're a monster heel who dominates everybody just with overwhelming force, or you're a cowardly heel who can't ever win a match clean by yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just not that interesting, I don't think. So anyways, towards the end, as I was mentioning, Jeff Hardy hits a twist of fate, hits a swanton, goes for the pin. Rowan pulls him out of the ring. Hardy wins by DQ. Bryan puts Hardy in the yes lock. Joe runs out, tosses Hardy, puts Daniel Bryan in the coquina clutch. Then Randall Orton runs down the ring. Joe lets go of the clutch, starts brawling with Orton. Mustafa Ali comes in, hits a drop kick from the top rope on both of them. He tries to hit a suicide dive on Rowan, who Joe had laid out earlier, only to eat one of his head palm choke slams onto the announce table. AJ comes down the ring. He brawls with Orton, hits a knee on Joe. Phenomenal form on Hardy. He clears the ring. So he stands tall in the ring to end the segment. We go backstage to Gorilla.
I love this.
This was fantastic.
This was
where
great.
Daniel Bryan drops an interview where he's basically screaming at Caleb Braxton for 3 minutes.
Aren't you smart enough to know I didn't need him? He's my intellectual peer. He doesn't hang out with me to be my bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, before that, he's like, I just had a match and I'm here getting confronted by you.
Everybody just ruined my match. All those guys out there ruined my match.
Oh, that was
So it wasn't for all their interference.
yeah.
You guys' timeline a little messed up.
Because here's the thing. Vince is probably sitting right there, or Triple H or somebody, and they probably have a giant smile on their face for what this dude is doing on the mic
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Because it's
so good. So good.
It is so good. Man, oh man, love me some new
Daniel Bryan.
Oh boy, oh boy.
All right, question time.
Question time.
I mean, it was a decent episode of SmackDown, but there's just, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. There's a lot of
It's
talking.
just breezy.
I didn't put a community tab thread up because just with SmackDown.
Usually it's overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, exactly.
Quiet Wyatt Designs, Lana Rusev Nakamura as SmackDown's resident Bond villains. Who do you think is best suited to play Bond? Who would be the James Bond of SmackDown Live?
Well, who's the smoothest?
Mustafa Ali.
Well, if it's an origin story, I'd say Mustafa Ali. If it's an old grizzled Bond, it's Randy Orton. I mean, you want sort of an outside the box type Bond, Samoa Joe, or he'd actually be a better Bond villain.
Yeah,
to be
he would.
honest.
He'd be a perfect
like
Bond
a
villain.
new Dr. No.
Yeah.
You know.
About Miz. Miz would be a decent Bond.
No, dude, no. He'd be like.
He'd be the
he'd
Mr.
be
Bean.
Lazenby.
Would be the Mr. Bean spy movie.
Johnny English.
Yeah.
He'd be Johnny English. Oh. Greg Morris here in the Discord. So the OG SmackDown 6 were Kurt, Benoit, Edge, Ray, Eddie, and Chavo. Who are 2019's SmackDown 6? He said, remove Randy and Jeff and replace them with Ray and Andrade in the Elimination Chamber is what he'd want to see. So that's besides the point.
Well, I'm guessing Ray and Andrade are going to have their own match on Elimination Chamber.
How
That's why
about
they're not
just
in-
them in Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, that'd be great.
They're just standing
So if
there
they
in
want,
bonds.
so new SmackDown 6, you got AJ, you
It's
got
everybody in the chamber right now.
AJ, Daniel Bryan, Mustafa Ali, Samoa Joe,
Orton and Hardy. That's the new SmackDown 6. Oh, yeah, Ray. It's SmackDown 8. No, SmackDown 10 because you got Becky and Charlotte.
but then also you got Rusev and Nakamura.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Tom-
They're unnecessary.
Tom Fox, is it just me or are WWE saying title instead of championship more often and consistently as of late?
Man, I stopped paying attention to that
Yeah, I
stuff.
didn't notice that either.
I just wish they'd go back calling it a belt.
Yep.
Primetime Henry Harris says, apparently there's talk the Usos might leave too. What is your source for that, Henry Harris?
Yeah, what's the source?
Let me know what your
Sources.
source. Please source.
Justin Rogers, just throwing you guys some money. Y'all entertain me on this FedEx route. Thanks.
Ooh, man, I wonder where he is because it is freezing outside. I would
Yeah,
not want to be
it's
delivering.
cold pretty much everywhere. It's cold
FedEx.
here. It was the low last night is supposed to be 33, which is balmy comparison to the Midwest, but it's pretty cold for here.
Yeah, it is pretty cold for here, man. I woke up, my house is cold.
John Mackey says Target has some of the most comfortable T-shirts. They do have some comfortable.
Yeah, they've
T-shirts.
got some really soft T-shirts. Let's see here.
A $2 message retracted.
Oh, those are my favorites.
Dragon Reborn, RKO channeling Funhouse. How was it?
I think when you were doing your sleepy Orton.
There you go, yeah.
Everybody around here wants to
I don't know anybody's faces or names.
That's exactly Funhouse. I don't know anybody's faces or names.
I don't know anybody's face. I guess it's part Orton, part JR.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know anybody's faces or names.
Eddie Jose Guevara Menivar, what do you guys think of the China Memorial Battle Royal for WrestleMania? Who would you guys name the Battle Royal after? It'd be China.
Yeah, that's good.
I totally would
that's
do
good.
that.
That's really good. Chalupa Batman, nobody cuts promo with more fire and stank than the Usos. Yeah. They're sharp on the mic, man.
Love the Usos.
They're great.
Super Smash Brothers. Alex Foster, what would you guys probably get suspended for in WWE?
I might be kind of like Becky, where I hurt myself, but I don't want to get checked out for fear that it'd be the worst possible scenario. I would not be surprised. We're like, hey, you need to go get checked out. I'm like, no, I got this huge match coming up. I don't want to risk missing out on it because I just blew out my knee.
Yeah.
So no, yeah. I'll fight through it. Then after Mania, and then I'll go get checked out.
Yeah. God, I don't know. What would I get suspended for in the WWE?
Oh, I was listening to the Sid episode of Something to Wrestle With.
Yeah, sure.
He's not on there. They're just talking about him.
Right.
So apparently when he had his first run with the title leading up to his match against Shawn at the Rumble 97, they had this huge press conference planned for San Antonio to announce the show and the title match.
Oh, no.
And Sid no-showed.
Oh, my God.
He said he overslept. And it's funny because at that time they thought Sid was a relatively dependable hand. Like he showed up to his appearances and so on and so forth. So it was kind of, in a way, out of character for him to just completely no-show such a huge thing. And he said, like, apparently HBK and Stone Cold had been out drinking the night before, and Shawn Michaels was up the entire night, and he made it.
Oh, man. You know what I would probably get suspended for?
But anyway, Sid didn't get suspended for that.
Going off script too much.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a terrific memory.
Yeah.
And so if I get handed a script, and you know me, I don't have much of a filter, I'll immediately start going blue if that's the situation.
Yeah.
So I would probably get suspended for
that's it.
going against standards and practices.
Yeah, probably.
And simply not following the script.
Yeah.
Like, you just gave this to me 5 minutes ago, Vincent.
Yeah, because then Owens and Sami Zayn get in trouble for
That's what I
going
would
off
get in
script.
trouble for. Yeah.
Fatal Pharaoh. Having a custom title belt doesn't mean the champion will hold the title for long. Remember Naomi's glowing belt?
She had that for a little while.
A little bit.
I mean, she had it through multiple title defenses, but this thing just rolled out like a little while ago.
Yeah.
Joe McGinnis. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did Triple H want to pedigree Becky and Charlotte? Oh, man, it was like 11.
Yeah.
Maybe 12.
I think Charlotte probably like an 8, but Becky, 12, especially after he got slapped. Sammy Garcia.
I get the feeling that just Triple H walking around seeing people, it's an 8.
Yeah, it could be.
So
that's his default.
Yeah.
Sammy Garcia, I say Iconics pick up the tag team belts, take it all the way to Mania, then Hug and Boss win them at WrestleMania. What do you guys think? I'd like the Iconics to be the first champions. I'm just skeptical that's going to happen.
I think your idea about them taking on a dream team of like Lita and Trish, I think that's actually kind of likely. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Pretty Boy Fred 25. You guys talked about halftime heat. Yeah, we did on the Monday episode.
Yeah, it was good.
It was fun. You got something else over there?
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
All right. Well, I'll keep going.
Dr. Rice, would Becky benefit from some new theme music? I'm telling you, at Mania, give her Johnny Cash as The Man Comes Around.
That'd be good.
That's what you got to do.
Or at least start that and then people get people get pumped for that music.
People get pumped for that music. You're right.
Sammy Garcia, if WWE wants the 4 horsewomen to have the belts, how would it work for Charlotte for fans to be behind her win?
You know what's funny is that I was just if the belts. Here's the thing. This is what I was kind of thinking. Charlotte is kind of a walking championship. She doesn't actually need it. She doesn't need to be hoisting a belt.
Yeah.
I do think that Mania should end with the 4 horsewomen standing tall in the ring. Maybe it's a matter of, Becky finally gets that win. Ronda Rousey quantum leaps out of there. Sasha and Bayley, the tag champions, they come down and they celebrate. Charlotte's music kicks in and they have their moment. Charlotte doesn't need to stand tall with the title because she's had it so many times.
Yeah.
So she can still be out there for that moment, and you're not losing anything without her having a title.
Yeah. Dylan Haggett, friendo, just jumped in on the live stream. Welcome, Dylan.
Good to see you. AO Worm. This is a good point. We sort of didn't talk about this. He says, "Am I the only one annoyed with Corey's commentary with Mandy? He's starting to sound like King in the early 2000s. It's starting to get there.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
It is a bit much.
It's a bit much. He needs to dial back a little bit.
I mean, his first comment, like, what, God rested on the 7th day because he created Mandy on the 6th and he was exhausted or something like that. That was kind of clever. He's a clever guy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he goes a little hard on that.
He needs to dial it back.
Yeah.
Astros J5, Charlotte is now 100% Becky heel character, wearing all black, calling Becky Roman, saying she weasels into matches and stealing her spotlight. Oh, Marcus Harrison, this is great. Yesterday was fish and broccoli. Today I'm having fish and asparagus. I am the worst.
Dude, what are you doing?
That's incredible.
You admire that.
I mean, he's going
That's balls.
eating what's best for him.
That's some resentment issues towards his fellow workers. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Maybe he's got a little space for himself. I don't know what the situation is like at his place of work.
And on top of that, like, he's gonna have the smelliest farts in his cubicle. I got called out once at my old job. My friend Andrea. I don't know if you ever had like a work wife in one of your offices, but that was like when you're in an office job where people are just like, oh God, this job sucks. You tend to find your alliances.
Yeah.
And then it's always beneficial to have a work spouse,
All right.
And so that was Andrea to me for a period of time. She was hilarious. And she came over to my cubicle one day, and she was like, did you fart in here? And I said, yeah, I just did. Like on the down low, right? And she yells, hey, everybody, Steve farts in his cubicle. What am I supposed to do? Just hold it in? Jeez.
No, just say she says if she farts, push. Don't answer the question.
Thought I could trust her. Wrong. I bet Marcus farts in his cubicle.
I don't know. Scorpio 85. I've been missing the most entertaining duo for a while now. Steve, can I get a welcome back as Dusty?
Hey, baby. Who this?
Scorpio 85.
Scorpio 85. 1985 was a great year for Dusty Road. I won the NWO Championship 5 times that year. I don't know if that's true, Dusty.
I don't think it is.
The glorious Steve Klein says, Rowan sporting an Amon Amarth shirt tonight.
Yeah.
Viking metal at its finest. What would you do if you ran into Rowan in the mosh pit of an Amon Amarth show? Or maybe it's Amon Amarth.
It's Amon Amarth, yeah.
Okay.
He seems like he could be like a protective type guy.
Oh, yeah.
So if I found myself in the mosh pit, I would just stay close to him because I feel like he would fend people off.
He would stick his giant hand on your head and choke slam the crap out of you. That's
No, but if we're friends, he would do that to everybody else and keep me safe.
But you're not friends.
We could be. I feel like we could be. Dragon Reborn, Steve needs to crop dust. That's what you should have done.
That's what you do. That you're like walking around this whole. Some of those farts, I'm like, dude, you have shit yourself.
Marcus Harrison says, I have my own office space. I bask in my funk.
Oh, man. Do you ever call people in? Do you ever call people in?
That's
like,
how you do it.
Hey, Cynthia, can I see you, please? And then she walks in and she's like, but she doesn't say anything because Marcus is like the man there because he has his own office. Who gets her own office? And she's like, yes, what do you want? What do you want? And he's like, let's go over this report here for a second. It's 5 pages long. And she's like,
Eventually, though, you get used to it.
That's so nasty. That's so gross.
Whoops.
Let's see here. Cooper Sick, master of the super kick, won the Hemp WWE Championship title, unfortunately, but inevitably gets replaced. How will it be disposed of? Because I do kind of feel like when Daniel Bryan eventually loses it, they might make a production out of getting rid of that.
Yes.
I mean, I'm thinking like either a wood chipper or maybe they plant it.
Yeah, probably a wood chipper. That makes sense because the plates.
Mm-hmm. Send it into space.
Is there like a place where you can go to recycle wood? I don't think so. Never heard of that. Where you take wood stuff and they just like chip it up and do something with it.
I don't
know either.
If you just have wood laying around, don't you just put it out? If you have wood laying around, you just put it on your driveway, put a sign that says free.
Yeah, people will take it.
Because somebody's going to take it.
Yeah.
They'll burn it.
Dylan Haggett. Larson will get suspended for farting and catering.
I don't know if you get suspended for that,
No.
though, but that's definitely something you would do.
Scorpio 85. Should Daniel Bryan be champion till SummerSlam?
Till SummerSlam 2023.
Well, he says he wants to be champ forever. So, who am I to argue?
There you go.
Who am I to argue? You got anything else over there?
Yeah, I got a couple. I'm just looking at which ones I want to. Wolfpack for life. Should Becky show up at NXT? What was that deal with Drew Gulak? He posted a picture of him with the NXT logo and then says, "Thanks for the opportunity, William Regal."
Oh, you didn't read this, what happened at the tapings, huh?
No, should I just shut up now and wait till the show airs? Is Drew Gulak going to be on NXT?
Well, there's a reason he posted that, Steve.
You can tell me.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Does it look like he's going to be a permanent fixture there?
That I don't know.
Oh.
The episode hasn't aired yet.
Is he going to be in a thing with somebody?
I don't know.
Well, you do know. You just don't want to say.
I honestly don't remember. I just saw his name. Don't remember in what context.
I'm very excited.
Yes.
Man, if that's the case, they just strip mine in 205 Live. Is 205 Live is going to end up being like sort of like the same function as the sub NXT brands, like the sub NXT UK?
I kind of feel like it's more on par with like Main Event now.
Ouch. I think people can go there. For example, so Humberto Carrillo's there.
Yeah.
So he gets a good year in
I guess
205.
I meant in terms of the perception of 205 Live.
Oh, the perception is like sub main event. But if Humberto Carrillo goes there for like a year and shows a lot of promise, develops character, then he might get moved up to regular NXT from whence he came, from where he came.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I kind of feel like NXT and 205 Live, at least in WWE's mind, exists kind of on parallel planes.
But if Drew Gulak just moved over there,
That's what I mean. It's
who needs to go to NXT is Tony Nese.
yeah. He's been suspended by Drake Maverick. He should just show up in NXT and stay there for a little while.
He should just show up at 205 Live and punch Drake Maverick. That guy's terrible.
Are we ready for?
All right,
some
so
password?
we're gonna do trivia, but it's from the What Culture trivia game, and it's the password version. So what's gonna happen is, we're each gonna do this. We're gonna take turns doing it. We're going to use words that are not there. There's a wrestling phrase here.
Yes. One of these, I have no idea what it is.
There's a wrestling
Before
phrase
you continue, Dylan
here.
this says multiple complaints of farting and catering. There's so many people there. I can blame that on somebody else, like you did when you were in school.
Chris Bluto, shout
Anyways,
out.
Continue.
Okay, so there's a word on this. There's a wrestling phrase on here. I have to use
no.
words.
Steve's Undisputed said got hurt fighting a fire yesterday.
Oh no!
Oh no, hope you're okay.
Yeesh. Man, oh man.
Anyways, continue. Sorry,
That's
I'll stop interrupting you
vocation
now.
I would never like. But thank God there are other people out there brave enough, like Steve is Undisputed.
There's one in here that I don't know what it is, so I don't know how to help you with this one.
Well, that's fine, man. Just do what you can do. Here we go. I'll go first.
All right.
I forgot. Card or card.
We'll do card.
Okay.
No, we'll alternate. Sorry, I think that's what we did last time. My apologies.
Okay, and we're not using phrases. We're only using other words.
Single words.
Single words. Okay. Let's see here.
You want me to go first?
No. Post-invasion brand split.
World Heavyweight Championship?
No.
Damn. Do I get one guess? Or?
I don't know. How many
I kind of
guesses
feel like
do
we should get one guess per.
I think we should get multiple guesses.
All right, 2 guesses per.
No, it's like 4.
All right.
These are hard.
Ooh.
What?
Fractured ankle, torn ACL, 2 slip discs in back.
Oh my
Ow.
gosh. Yowza.
Man.
Hope there are no actual burns there.
Post-invasion.
NBA July.
Oh, draft. Brand draft.
The first thing you said,
Draft.
but then another word after it.
Draft pool.
Mega Millions.
Oh, draft lottery. All right. Scissors.
Arn Anderson.
Not quite.
Sid.
Harlem
Harlem Heat. Scissor kick.
Scissors.
Well, you can't. It's not a scissors. No.
Hogan. Friend.
Oh, Brutus Beefcake.
Yeah.
Okay. Hardy Compound.
Cameron, North Carolina.
Cameron, North Carolina would not be a wrestling phrase.
Well, that's where they're from. That's where the Hardy Compound's at.
Impact.
Oh, shoot.
Tag Team Apocalypto.
Oh, is it Total Nonstop Deletion?
No, close.
It's the first one.
Yeah.
Which names escape me right now.
Last. And
Final Deletion. Yeah.
go.
Wrestling Award.
Slammy.
Yeah.
Fake Warrior.
Renegade.
Very good.
Game show. Alex Trebek.
Jeopardy.
2 of them.
Double Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Austin 316.
King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Rain. Sky. Water vapor. White.
Steam?
Sky.
Blue?
White.
Blue cloud.
Rain.
Cloud.
So that.
Cloud.
Vowel. Pronoun.
Pronoun.
For.
This is so stupid.
I do not know what this is at all.
Cloud. Pronoun for what? Cloud Atlas, cloudy day, Cloud 9,
blank phone,
Cloud Cell, Cloud Smart,
Apple, blank phone,
Cloud iPhone, Cloud Eye.
yeah, Cloud E. I have no idea what it is.
That's weird.
Kloudi.
Oh man, okay. Corner of wrestling ring.
Turnbuckle.
Probably 18 inches long.
Oh, the tag rope.
Very good.
He was parody. WCW. Kinda Animals.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Okay, wrestler. His name includes a word synonymous with snot near your nose.
Bastion Booger.
Very good. Oh my god, this is rough.
Dwayne Johnson, Mick Foley.
Last man standing.
No. Tag team.
Chair shot. Oh, Rock and Sock Connection.
Yes.
Okay. Holy moly.
So much for not using phrases.
That was yeah, no kidding. Anyways, today is on Overrun Chat Trivia Day.
Trivia, yeah.
So if you want on that action, if you want Steve or Larson or both of us to draw you something, you need to win Chat Trivia today. Patrons, stay tuned for that. It's a $5 and up mark.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.